Senator, what can you tell us about how the families are doing?
Hi, I just spent the past 5 hours in a waiting room that nobody should ever have to be in, the worst waiting room I've ever been in. Just watching families who were waiting to find out what had happened with their children, and saw one woman find out that she'd lost her child, and the primal scream that came from her was just unbearable. This is insane. Our gun culture is out of control. And for those who think it's not about the guns, I'll just point out that you can't have gun violence without guns.
Senator, is there anything that people watching can do to support your community today?
We don't need thoughts and prayers. We need common sense gun reform. This is ridiculous. I really appreciated the comments that I just watched from Ashby, who was just coming through our town and had to once again experience a horrific shooting. And we need common sense gun reform, and we need it yesterday.
The stupidity of the sort of response from from expanding access to guns usually takes shape in the earliest hours. I'll just sort of cliff note it. Well, you need more good guys with guns to deal with bad guys or gals with guns. Do you have any understanding of the circumstances today? And do you have any understanding of why this school and these very young children were targeted?
I don't know the details of that, but I don't think it's good to focus on the details of that, because inevitably what we have are people that shouldn't have guns in situations where they shouldn't be using guns, killing people that shouldn't be killed. And so, once again, I'm sure that we'll go through the details of this and talk about mental illness. And mental illness is a huge problem in our country and something that we have to address. But this is an issue that is about gun violence, because these kids would not be dead if there had not been a gun involved.
Our friend and a regular on our show, Shannon Watts, tweeted this out today, and it caught our attention. This is the Tennessee member of Congress who represents Nashville. His name is Congressman Andy Ogles. He's a Republican. This was his family Christmas card. It feels like the district is represented by someone who isn't just an advocate for access to guns, but almost fetishizes them. What is it like for that community to be represented by someone like that today?
Having spent most of the past year running for Congress against Andy Ogles, I can corroborate that he is somebody who very much supports our gun culture in Tennessee. Look, it gets framed as an issue about freedom, but I can just tell you right now that it's not about freedom when you're dealing with parents who don't have the freedom to know that their kids are going to be safe.
I remember being on the air when Uvalde happened. I called on some of the same friends who are standing by to cover today's tragic school shooting at Covenant, and I ask a lot of elected officials about all the kids who, starting at 3, prepare for mass shootings at their schools. And the active shooter drills change as you go from 3 and 4, where you're hiding from a bad guy, to 5 and 6, where you have a little more sense that it could be someone with a weapon, to 7 and 8, when you're helping other classmates and you're being moved into closets by teachers, to 9, 10, and 11, when you hang onto your phone so you can send those texts that become imprinted in every mom and dad's brains that are sometimes the last messages from their children. What is it like to be a kid in Tennessee right now and train for an active shooting that maybe feels a lot more real after the shooting at Covenant?
The parents in that room were trying to figure out how they were going to talk to their other children and their surviving children about what they had been through, and the situation that you just described is just so sad. It's just so unfortunate that our kids are kind of growing up in this culture of terror.
What do you want people watching to keep in mind as the community takes months and years to heal from what happened today?
I want people to actually put their energy into making sure that their elected officials are committed to common sense gun reform. That's the only thing that is going to change this. You know, I'm not against the Second Amendment, but we can certainly do something about the fact that that the wrong people are getting a hold of guns. There are all kinds of options for that, and I really want people to stop praying and giving people their thoughts and prayers and actually do something about it.